The asteroid impact wiped out most dinosaur species and ended an era that had lasted tens of millions of years. But in the void left by these giants, a group of small creatures began to rise. After the catastrophe, Earth had become a very different world. Many ecosystems were destroyed and countless species vanished, including most non-avian dinosaurs. With no giant reptiles dominating the land, enormous ecological spaces suddenly opened up. In small corners of the planet, early mammals had survived the darkness, the cold and the famine. Mammals of that time were small, most of them no bigger than a mouse or a rabbit. But this small size was an advantage. They needed less food, could hide more easily and reproduced quickly. Their bodies were covered in fur, helping them stay warm in the cooler climate that followed the disaster. They could regulate their body temperature and remain active both day and night. Their diet was also flexible: insects, seeds, fruit, eggs and even carrion. This ability to eat many different things helped them cope with a world that was unstable and constantly changing. As the years passed, the sky slowly cleared, and young forests began to grow over the old layers of ash. Rivers, lakes and grasslands returned, creating new habitats that had never existed in this form before. As plants recovered, insects, small reptiles, birds and many other creatures also increased in number. For mammals, this was like a long feast, a richer and more varied food supply than ever before. Among the many mammal lineages that evolved later, only a few would lead to the forms we recognize today. Long after the age of dinosaurs, the first primates appeared in tropical forests. From small, tree-dwelling creatures that used their hands to grip branches, a very special branch slowly split off. Over tens of millions of years, that branch would give rise to monkeys, apes and eventually the earliest ancestors of humans. Today, when we look back at Earth's history, we do not see only a story of destruction, but also a turning point for life. From the ashes of the Cretaceous, a new world was written, with mammals as its main characters. The tiny creatures that survived the dinosaur catastrophe now faced a completely new world. From dark caves and ash-covered fields, they began to climb into the first tree canopies. About 65 million years ago, the first tropical rainforests appeared on Earth. Towering trees with dense leafy canopies created a three-dimensional world unlike anything before. At heights of tens of meters above ground, giant predators were no longer a threat. This was paradise for small creatures that could climb and leap between branches. Plesiodopiforms, the very first primates, were only the size of mice or squirrels. They had sharp claws for gripping bark and long tails for balance while moving. But the most important change was happening in their hands. Instead of claws for slashing, fingers began to develop curved hooks for grasping branches. Each leap from branch to branch, these flexible hands helped them grip firmly and adjust direction. This was the first step in the hand's evolution, the tool that would change everything in the future. To survive in the trees, their eyes also had to change. Both eyes moved forward, creating stereoscopic vision and the ability to judge distance accurately. With stereoscopic vision, they could precisely judge the distance between branches 2 meters apart. One small mistake could mean a deadly fall from fatal height to the ground below. Tree life demanded not just physical ability, but social intelligence. Small groups began to form, coordinating to find food and warn of danger. Vocal communication began to develop: warning calls, mating signals, calls to kin. These sounds echoed through the canopy, creating the first symphony of primates. Tropical rainforests continued to expand, diversifying living environments. Each tree type, each canopy layer created new challenges and adaptation opportunities.